In this video, you're going to learn about how to create scatter plots. And scatter plots are helpful when you want to study or investigate the relationship between two different factors. For example, in this example, we are going to study the relationship between percent non-poor and population density. And we want to see whether we can get some information for this relationship using a scatter plot. There are different ways that you can create scatter plots, but one way is that I'm going to explain it. You need to go to Insert, and then you will have all the charts here in this chart group under the Insert tab. So from here, you would see that this one here is a scatter plot. So you can go over each of these, and then Excel is going to tell you what type of graphs you would see there. So this one is Insert Scatter, our bubble chart. So I click on that one, and then you see that there are different scatter plots and bubble charts that you can create. And for example, in our case, we pick scatter plots with only the points without the lines between those. So we click on that one, and Excel is going to generate this space for you where eventually you're going to have your scatter plot. So you need to click on this chart, somewhere in the chart, and then right click. And then if you go down, you will come to select data. You need to select data. And then here you need to add the series. So here we are going to add the series name. We are going to refer to the population density. For the series X values, we are going to select the range in column F, starting from F2. So here I have split the window. So it's easier for you to select. So you can click on cell F2, you can hold Shift, and then click on cell F41. So Excel is going to select all the range between F2 to F40. It's going to populate the formula for that range. And then if you click on this, you go back to the previous window. Now we need to select our series Y values. So this is the independent variable, and this is the dependent variable. In our case, the dependent variable is the population density. So what you need to do, again, click on this box here. And now you can select the range for population density. So you click on cell BC2, and then you hold Shift, and then you click on cell 41. Now you have the whole range. And then if you click OK, and again, another OK, you would see that Excel is going to come up with this scatter plot for you. So you would see that this scatter plot is somehow unusual because you have a vast area here, a large area here, in which there are no data points, and all the data points start from 60. So that's the first thing that we want to fix here. So the way that you do that, you click on one of these labels on the x-axis. For example, I click on this 60. It selects the axis for me, and now you can right click, and from there you can click on Format Axis. When you do that, you would see this window here, where you can specify the bounds of your axis. So the minimum and the maximum. So currently it's at 0 and 100. So since we do not have anything below 60, it makes sense that we put the minimum at 60. By doing that, Excel is going to, and we set the maximum to 100. Excel is going to update the scatter plot for you, and this scatter plot now makes more sense. Okay, let's close this window. Let's see what are the other things that we can fix here. For example, you will notice that there's no label titles for your axis. So let's just start with this one. So here we had our x-axis as percent non-poor. That's why it goes to 100%. So again, you can click on this on one of these numbers here, or actually you do not need to click. I think if you go under the design and then add chart elements, and then you would see that here we have axis title. We want the primary horizontal. So you click on that one. And then here you can type the appropriate title. So percent non-poor. Then if you hit enter, that title is going to show up here. Okay, do we need a title for y-axis? Probably not in this case, because you see here we have population density as the chart title. So it's clear that whatever we have here, these are our population densities for different percent non-poor. So how Excel find out this one? If you remember when we were selecting our data series, the first thing was, so I can go back there. So I will click here. Let me go to select data. So this is the data, the series that we added. So I can click on edit here. And you see here for the series name, we just refer to this cell, which includes the population density. And then we, as we did that, Excel find out that the appropriate title for this chart is population density. But the other way that you can do that is you can remove the population density from here and add another title for the y-axis, and you can write population density there. So I remove that one. Let's do that approach. Again, I go to design. I go to add chart elements, axis title, primary vertical, and then there I'm going to type in population density. Now we have a good looking scatter plot, and based on that, we can investigate the relationship between percent non-poor in a city and the population density of that city.